Mr. Bernanke did the same thing. It was TARP. It was stimulus. It was QE1, QE2. Do you remember the claims? TARP. We have to abandon the free market system in order to save it. That was George W. Bush, because the Fed told him, you have to abandon it to save it. There's not going to be any money left. Stimulus, if we didn't have stimulus, Barack Obama said, there'd be another Great Depression. QE1, QE2, keeping all of America afloat. Well, who got the money from TARP and QE1 and QE2? Who got all that money? Banks. The banks did. Mr. Potter gets the money. Mr. Potter gets the money. QE, quantitative easing, that's just a fancy word for saying, well, we have the printing press, just print more. Well, who gets that money? Let me show you a quote I showed you yesterday from the Huffington Post. The potential for further extraordinary official assistance to large players in the U.S. financial sector poses a negative risk to the government's credit rating. Hold this here. Large players in the U.S. financial sector. Remember, George Bailey, he's a small player. He's the large player. The savings and loans, the small mom and pop banks around the country now, those are the small players. Large financial institutions are going to get more money. Potter wins. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Our government keeps bailing the banks out over and over, and it's not working. So that leads you to this question. If you know anything about critical thinking, you've got to go, wait a minute, why are they doing it? Well, they're A, incredibly stupid, B, they're insane, or somebody's making money and they're in on it. I contend the greatest theft in history is happening right now, and they are in on it, and it has been led by Mr. Potter, the Federal Reserve. Let's look at a couple of things here, because we know they're not crazy, we know they're not insane, right? Because all the top Harvard minds, we got the pipe, all the Harvard minds are in on this one. So it can't be that they're crazy, they're insane, or they're just too stupid. But even a dummy like me can read a chart. Let me show you how the dollar performed. Here's the dollar, declining U.S. dollar. Now, I want to show you in comparison how oil has performed. Watch this. This is the dollar, and this is oil. Do you notice that if I folded it over, it's almost a mirror? Why? What's happening there? As the dollar continues to fall, energy prices continue to rise. Well, why is that? Well, a couple of reasons. First of all, I mean, it can't be because, well, somebody wants energy prices to rise. Who would want higher energy prices? Who would want them to skyrocket? That's insane, don't you think?
My plan of a cap and trade system, electricity rates would necessarily skyrocket.
Okay, yeah, that would be insane. Put the chart back up, please. See, because if you look at this chart again, something's going on here. There's no cap and trade here. Oh, wait a minute. Common sense. If we use common sense and stop listening to Washington and Harvard people, we'll see that that's a mirror. Let the numbers speak for themselves. You see, the price of oil is pegged to the dollar. Everyone in the world uses the dollar to buy oil. It's the gold standard. So you go to OPEC, you must use a dollar to buy it. So as the dollar goes down in value, the Saudis just raise their price. If it goes up, they lower the price. If it goes down, they raise the price. That's what's happening.